So we're meeting today here at GreenFin 24 with Benjamin Martin of Bakertilly. Hello, Benjamin. How you doing?
Hey, Paul. I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Tell us a little bit about your firm for all the people who don't know your firm necessarily.
Sure. So Bakertilly is a CPA advisory firm. We're one of the 10th largest in the United States. And for the ESG and sustainability practice, which I'm a member of, we support companies on ESG reporting readiness, assurance, and strategy, focused mostly on middle market companies, but we support companies of all industry and sector on CSRD, SEC reporting requirements, assurance, and are really helping companies think through this process of bringing sustainability into more of a compliance and CPA mindset.
Now, one of the companies that we both work with is Novata. And tell us give us an idea or an example of the type of portco that you might be working with that is also a client of theirs around reporting.
Certainly. So we support a number of companies that are both public and private that have private equity as part of their ownership. And Novata has been a great partner in working with portfolio companies to standardize ESG reporting. They have a very intuitive platform that we support our clients with annually providing information to their private equity sponsors in a consistent and comparable way. So we support a number of groups on their annual disclosures, making sure that the data is accurate, comparable, and that those private equity groups have the information that they need to compare success.
Now, why is a firm like yours, Bakertilly, here at GreenFin 24? What's the motivation?
Sure. So a lot of the sessions this year have been really focused on this new role that's emerging on the ESG controller, and this idea of controllership within ESG information overall. And so our firm, being a CPA advisory firm, is really working with companies to understand how to take sustainability from a voluntary, maybe more of a PR exercise and bringing it into the accounting function. And so we've been meeting with a number of companies, with a number of groups on understanding this area around data integrity, and specifically assurance. I think really what we're understanding from a number of the folks here is that the confusion that exists and the angst around limited assurance for climate disclosures, their CSRD reporting obligations, is causing a lot of confusion for companies. And so it's been great to meet with other practitioners to understand how do you prioritize standards, how do you bring in IT solutions to help make the quality of data disclosures more accurate and comparable. That's been a really prominent theme in a lot of the disclosures and discussions at this conference.
Okay, so that's clearly part of the programming here at this conference this year. What do you see down the road coming your way in your relationships with these types of companies and their work throughout the industry?
Sure. So, I think what we are focused on is really helping middle market companies find the right sized approach for their ESG reporting obligations. So, making sure that companies have a clear understanding of those time horizons for when reporting phases in across a number of jurisdictions, and making it really bite-sized in terms of, if I can use the expression, like taking one bite of the elephant at a time, making sure that it's not such an overwhelming process, that you're really taking the right steps to formalize, and making sure that it's still value add. I think one of the things that's great about this conference in particular is that you get the investor perspective on why high quality investor grade sustainability disclosures are still a premium in the market. And you can really gain a lot of stakeholder, particularly investor interest, for having disclosures that are accurate, that are third party audited. It goes a long way in developing investor trust to make sure that your data is as accurate as possible.
Great. Well, Benjamin, thanks so much for stopping by today. We've been speaking with Benjamin Martin from Bakertilly, and this is for the Sustainable Finance Podcast and Equities News. And we'll look forward to talking to you again soon, Benjamin.
Thank you so much, Paul.